Hello. We're live. If you're not watching this live, this is a live stream. It was recorded on June 16th, 2026. We're making deviled eggs. We're making egg salad. And we're making corn tiramisu. We're making it up as we go. My name's Lou. I'm a home cook. This is a cooking show. And it's a live stream. If you're not watching us live, please subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notified when we do go live. And if you are watching us live, welcome in. If you're on YouTube and you're wondering who I'm responding to, why are you talking? Who are you conversing with? Who's there? Is there someone there with you? Yes. The folks in chat are here with me. If you want to see what I'm responding to, that's going to be down here underneath of my hand if you're on the horizontal stream, and somewhere down here if you are on the vertical stream. And that's what we're up to today. So welcome in. Again, if you are watching after this is live, please feel free to hit the bell so that you can get notified. And it would be great if you'd hit the subscribe button and the like button. The like button's awesome. I use the like button all the time. I like all sorts of shit. It's great. Anyway, welcome in. We're live everywhere right now. And it is 13:07 East Coast time for me. So we're gonna get started. Carly, welcome in. Hello. Lady Lyra, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Raven says, can we have a snack mid-cooking? I am probably going to eat some deviled eggs mid-cooking, if I'm being honest. Eliza, welcome in on YouTube. First time I'm catching you live. Well, it's good to have you. Thank you for catching the live. I know that YouTube is always a different experience. It's like a slightly different experience, but I am appreciative of that you're here. I don't know what the notifications always look like, or if they go out, who knows? And I guess you got one, and we are live, and we're just getting started right now. So today we're doing 2 different egg things. Ports, welcome in. We're going to be doing corn tiramisu first. We're going to get that started, and then we're going to do Mom Nuns, welcome in. Hello. We're gonna do corn tiramisu to get started. We're doing egg salad after that, and then we're doing deviled eggs after that. Persephone, welcome in. Hello. Red, welcome in. Hello. You just did egg salad? Get out. What do you put in egg salad? I have an egg salad recipe that I love. That I'm not actually making today. I'm just going to make it up today. We are using the Instant Pot for egg salad. How do you make egg salad? So Bondom's on Twitch here is a friend of the stream, fellow food and drink streamer, and apparently also made egg salad sandwiches today on stream, which is awesome. It's an egg day. It's also a corn day. Callie, welcome in. Corn tiramisu. Yes. It's so steeped in a corn tea instead of espresso, and the mascarpone is mixed with corn, a corn puree as well. So, Port says, I'm currently waiting for my tomato soup to finish simmering. What kind of tomato soup are you making? Are you making sort of like a pureed soup? Are you making a like soup with tomatoes? I'm a big fan of the pureed tomato soup. That's my favorite soup style. Okay, so we have a little to-do list today. Today's to-do list starts with steaming some corn. So let's do that. Shayna, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. We're going to steam some corn in this pot because this is the pot that my steamer basket fits in. Lovely. I'm also going to end up using this shortly. 9 says, someone at the convention I just went to told me they liked your tomato soup. That's an okay, 1, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's super cool. I'm very curious how how that came up unprompted. Mama says, I usually cook it in the Instant Pot with a 5-minute cook, 5-minute rest, 5 minutes in ice water. They add 2 tablespoons of mayo, 1 tablespoon deli mustard, salt, pepper, nutmeg, a little sugar, dill, and red pepper chili flakes. Hell yeah. I love that. I love the addition of a little bit of sugar in there. I usually add like a splash of apple cider vinegar too. But sugar sounds great. I've never actually added sugar to it. How does the corn? It just is. It exists as it is. Port says it's a pureed soup, adding a couple diced up fried sausages. Hell yeah, that sounds great. That tomato soup that I make would go great with sausages. I really love. I love that. And the kind of greasiness too that it goes in there. Okay, so I just have a little bit of water in the bottom of this pot. So, then I get a few dozen ears. I got a dozen ears of corn. I'm hoping, I checked one of them last night and it was still good. I got them last week. I think I got them a week ago, but they've been in the fridge. They're completely wrapped. They're still in their original packaging. So, the one that I opened was fine. Listen, if I open them and they're all messed up and like all awful, I'm literally going to use frozen corn and that'll be fine. And it'll not be as good, but that's okay. Grace, hello. Rice noodles are great to put in anything. I remember when I was a kid, we used to just like put egg noodles in like all the soups. Like it was just a big bag of noodles and you just like put them in and they just cook like instantly. It's so great. 9 says I made it on stream. Okay, that makes sense. I was like unprompted. That would be an odd thing. That would be an odd thing to do. Anyway, hey, if you're on Twitch, there is a little ding sound that we just heard. That is a channel point reward. You can click that. It'll be available for 90 minutes and 90 seconds. It'll be available for 90 seconds, and it'll get you toward a channel point redeem. If you're on YouTube, you can type command click me in chat, and that will also work. It will also work towards the thing. So anyway, the click me is a new thing to stream. It's going to be a mayo heavy stream. Yup. Don't tell Lemon. Very balanced flavor, Mom Noms. That makes sense to me. Yeah, and the sugar makes sense. Adding vinegar to things, sugar and vinegar are things that like I don't think a lot of people are necessarily going to just add randomly. But like, you're right. How many times a stream can we do that? Anytime the bell rings. So anytime the bell dings. Now, here's the thing. You can click it as many times as you want when it's on. When that bell rings and the little like ding happens, 90 seconds later, 90 seconds that reward is on. That sound right there, that one, the like boom, the Windows XP error sound. When that sounds, that means it's over and it's gone again, and it goes off every 60 minutes. It's like a little ding. If you click it a second time, it'll let you click it. Like it will let you click it. I can't stop it from. I can't turn off the channel point reward for individual people. But if you click it a second time in that when it after it's been on, it literally won't count it. It'll happen, but then it won't like do the thing. But it won't add the thing. And then for the moderators, I'm going to try something here. Let's test something. It should, I know, it is sad. It should automatically clear those. Haha, it did. For the moderators, if you refresh your reward queue, they should be gone. So we don't get stacked up in there. Um, okay, so roughly 3 ears of corn. One, two. It says 2.5, so three. So 6, 4, 5, 6 ears of corn. The reward queue doesn't automatically refresh, but if you like hit refresh, it will. So like it still shows them. Anyway, it still shows them in there, but they shouldn't be there after that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to shuck these corns. I'm going to put my compost bin on the chair here. We're going to shuck these and these go right into the pot. Yeah. Okay. Because I can't make the tea until I have the corn cobs. Now, I was seeing in the little write-up for this. So it's not in the recipe that I have, but in the little write-up, it talks about how the tea is corn silk tea. It used the word silk. So in addition to the cobs, I'm going to save the silks from the inside to make our tea with. And I need a little bowl for that because putting these on the towel is going to get awful. Also, let me wash my hands. Like I'm just peeling corn and then we're going to steam it and cook it and actually matter. But I washed my hands before stream, but it's been an hour. So let's do that again. Poor, it's tired. Well, it is later for you. I always get a second. It's funny, like a second wind. I like start eating, and it's like as soon as I start getting like food in, I'm like, oh, now I'm ready to go again. Lady Lyra, we're definitely doing the silks as well. So what I'm doing is it calls for steaming the corn. So we're making a corn puree, essentially. We're going to steam the corn to cook it. And then after the corn has been steamed, I'm going to use the cobs to make the tea because I could not find the specific tea, or I couldn't even find a general version of corn tea today, which was kind of, I was like, oh, that's frustrating because I went to some specific Asian grocers, but none of them were like specifically Korean. And this is the recipe calls specifically for like Korean corn silk tea, which is obviously the writer, the recipe developer had that already, or at least knew to use it, but I wasn't able to find it. So that's why we're skipping to step 2 of the recipe, and then we're going to backtrack to step 1 and make the tea out of the cobs. And I was thinking of going the route of what Liz had suggested with doing the like roasted corn on the cob, or roasted popcorn, not corn on the cob, roasted popcorn. I was thinking that might be a good idea. But I think I'm just going to stick with the simmering some corn cobs. And then I bought barley tea. So I'm going to use barley tea in addition to the corn cobs, which is going to give a little bit more of the sort of, a little bit more flavor to it. If I am recalling correctly, I think the recipe said something about using barley tea. I didn't print the blurb from the recipe. I just printed the recipe itself. So I don't have the whole write-up for it. And And when I couldn't find the corn tea, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with what I've got, and it'll work out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Hey, Grace says, when I'm not working all day, my energy kicks in at 1, and then I can do all the things. It's wild. Sometimes there'll be days when I am just like done at, 3, 4 o'clock. I'm like so completely tired. And then like the sun goes down and I eat dinner and then like I'm finished dinner and I'm like, oh, I could be awake for a lot longer. And then like sometimes I am. And that's when I am, that's the annoying part. When it's like, oh shit, I totally missed bedtime tonight. And now it's midnight. Damn. Electrifying radio. Hello. Had a big breakfast. That's apparently I hear a big breakfast is the way to go. I don't usually eat breakfast. I have like a beverage in the morning, coffee, usually coffee. I eat breakfast like when I'm camping, and then occasionally I'll have something during the week, but usually I don't. I just don't. I've never seen corn tea. You know what? Me neither. Me neither. It's new to me, and I was really kind of fascinated. I was a little surprised that I couldn't find it. I've said this a bunch, but living in the city, one of the values is like I have access to a lot of different like specific grocers. We have a very good Chinatown. There's a good like number of markets there that are not just specifically Chinese. But I could not find it. I went to 3 different places today. To be fair, I didn't go to Chinatown. I went to 3 different grocers in a different section of the city. But I didn't want to go over. I wasn't going to be in the neighborhood. I wasn't going to be in the Chinatown neighborhood this morning. If I had gone to Reading Terminal this morning, I would have just gone there. But that's okay. Caretaker said my grandfather refused to allow pasta in the house. That's all he ate for years. Yeah, Velos, the boiling the corn cobs, it definitely works. And I've done that for other recipes before. Using it up for sure. I save my corn cobs now. Like I don't compost the cobs until after I have made broth out of them. So like the ones after today, we're going to make tea out of these. I'm going to save them and put them in my stock bag. Like again, actually, no, I might not. The ones, because if I've already sort of simmered them for tea, I probably won't make stock out of them. Lady Lyra says, I can't remember why my dad drank corn soaked tea. Apparently, apparently it's good for myriad different health benefits, but I don't know what those are. I'm very shallowly in it just for the flavor. So, mild diuretic, aids digestion, provides a rich source of antioxidants and potassium without any caffeine. Yeah, you can really make tea out of anything. Isn't tea just like something steeped in hot water? Caretaker says I make garlic tea. Tasted awful, but it worked. That I believe. I believe both of those things, actually. Yeah, poor. It's at breakfast an hour into work hours. I remember that makes sense to me too. There was a job that I had for a while that was like outdoor, like facility maintenance work, for lack of a better term. And I remember like I would get up, I would have like a coffee in the morning and like work. And then during like the first break at work would be when I would like eat like a donut or something. And then like lunch would be a massive sandwich. Electrifying Radio says, I prefer breakfast for supper, but I get cranky if I don't have breakfast of some sort. For me, it's been a habit for a long time of like, I just don't eat first thing in the day. When I eat breakfast, if I'm not actively moving afterward, right? If I'm not like, I eat breakfast while I'm camping because usually I'm eating breakfast and then I'm like going on a hike or like doing something active and physical. During my normal day, breakfast is, I just like, I'm not having that same level of activity right afterward. And so it like sits heavy. It feels really heavy. Okay, so we're going to turn that on and steam this for about 10 minutes. I'm going to put this chair away. We have an Ash over here. He's laying so nicely on the floor. 3 years of corn over medium heat for 10 minutes. I say medium heat as if like, what is medium heat? I don't understand. I don't understand the medium heat steam. Because like if you're creating steam, isn't it just like on high? Like we're not boiling it. Moon Dice, welcome in. So I'm going to wait until that boils. Then I'm going to start the timer. We're also going to put a lid on it because we're steaming the thing. While that is coming to temperature. Yeah. Okay. Well, that is coming to temperature. Let me get my next steps ready. So once that is steaming and done, we're going to cut the kernels off of these cobs. What's going on with the kernels after we cut them off? Transfer the kernels to a blender, add the heavy cream, blend on high until smooth. Okay, and then we cool that off. So next step here is to cut kernels off the cobs and blend them. It says I need about 435 grams of corn per recipe. Again, I am doubling this recipe so I can have one sort of large pan and then 4 little pans. So once the kernels are off the cobs, then I will make the tea with the cobs. So let's get our bowl. Yeah, we're gonna put the kernels in a bowl. It says I need 2 cups. It just is by weight. Okay, cool. I love it when it's by weight. In this moment, I'm like, all right, but what is the volume of 435 grams of corn? It'll all fit in that bowl, so I'm not worried about that. We need heavy cream, which I have already. So this is 574, 274, 274. Okay, I knew it was one of those. Let's get our weight written on the bottom of the bowl. Just in case I forget to tear the scale. Okay, so this is going to do its thing. We're going to make the tea in this pot. I'm also, like I said, I'm going to use some of this barley tea. So let me get some tea bags out for that. Yeah, they had all sorts of tea. They had a whole aisle of tea at this store. At both of these, not both. Yeah, at all the stores I went to, but not corn. 1 tea bag per cup, and this is going to be about 3 cups. So we'll use 3 tea bags here. And I'm going to make more than what I need for this. I'm going to make, I'm going to use more than what I actually need. And then I'm going to simmer it for a little bit, and then we'll measure out what I actually need after the fact. So that is going to be easy to do. This is barley. That smells really good. And I can see the individual barley grains in there, which is nice. Now I'm wondering if this is a black tea. I feel like this has different this has not just barley, but there's like tea as well in here, which I think is fine. It's not just barley, I think is my point here. But that's okay, because I'm imagining if I got corn tea in a tea sachet like these, that it would also have some black tea in it. Okay. Give me just a second here, because we just got a pet food delivery. I heard the truck pull up, and I heard someone bang really loudly on the door, which only the delivery drivers and Calvin's friends do. So I'm going to go grab that package before it gets stolen off of my front step. Because that actually happens frequently. Okay, this is just about to steam. So let me grab that package real quick. Once I come back, we should be able to turn. It's like less than a minute until that thing is steaming. Package? Oh, no. What is this? Oh, this is for pets, but it's not food. Okay. It's too small to be the box of food and far too light. But it comes from the same place. So it would actually be a lot easier to steal that one. Cool. All right. Good. Tea bags are ready. Yeah, Velos, I feel that. Sometimes your constitution changes when you're an adult. Eating early in the morning. And I always want Calvin to eat breakfast, right? But some days he's like, I'm just not hungry. I'm like, I get it. But also you have a much more active life than I do. At least he does in general. Okay, so corn is steaming. Let's get our... Yeah, okay, so that is boiling. That water is boiling. So we're going to start my timer for the steamer here. While that's going, I'm going to get started on the egg loaf now, because that's super easy. That should take me like less than 10 minutes to get together. And will it take me less than 10 minutes? No, probably not. It will probably take me the next 30 minutes to do, but that's okay and normal and valid. But especially because I forget how long I'm supposed to steam these for. But we're gonna do our egg loaf here. Oh, we have a cat. Ash is here. Ash has decided to join the party. Ash, hello. Mister, we have a curious animal. Ash is going to come say hi. Come here, bud. We have a lovely baby. This is Ash. Ash is here. He's around today. He's been on the floor right next to me most of the time. Look at him. Oh my God. He's starting to do his thing. This is what he does. He gets very glommed on. Nope. Okay. Oh, you're proving me wrong, bud. Why you gotta prove me wrong? This is the baby. He's definitely the baby. The babiest cat. There he is. And that makes sense to me. I mean, like I would eat later in the morning. So what happens is I get up early and then I don't eat, and then all of a sudden it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. For my own purposes, I'd much rather have the like a big lunch and then a nap, and then like a salad for dinner. That would be like my ideal scenario. He's looking at the screen. That's what he's looking at. He can see there's movement on the screen, so he's into that. Yeah, this is he's very friendly with the three tabbies, the three tabby foster cats we have right now. I think he thinks they're like his children or something. But yeah, this is a sweet baby boy. He is definitely a little love. Ash, would you like to sit on your chair? Do you want to see if we can sit on the chair? See, this is why we're not going to get the egg loaf in the 10 minutes, because there's only 7 minutes left. And look at all we've accomplished. And look at all we've accomplished, which is nothing. Nothing. He's purring. Okay. Okay. Moon dies, you graze all day. I love that. What happens I can't get the chair. You know why I can't you know why he can't have the chair right now? Because there's a cat on there's the other two cats are on the chairs right there. They're right there. They're literally right there. I didn't see them. Hold on. We have more chairs. I just couldn't grab one from that side of the counter. Okay. Come here, bud. You want your chair? He likes to sit. I say he likes as if he had a choice. I've been trying to get him to sit on the chair over here. Will you sit for a few minutes for us? Look at him. Look at him right away. Right away doing a good thing. Yeah, you are such a good boy. Okay. We have all these eggs. And so we're going to make egg salad out of several of these eggs. I don't know what you're doing, Ash, but it is kind of wild. Fox Mulder, welcome in. Yeah, the other two cats, so Obi and Elsie, you can't see these chairs on stream, but there's basically where the computer is. So like right below here, like literally right below where this camera is, are a row of chairs. This is what you're looking at is a side of a kitchen island, and on the other side of the island are chairs. That's why the whole like counter crew thing that we use for stream. It's like you're at the counter, right? So there's 4 chairs on this side of the counter. They're bar stool style chairs. 2 of them are currently occupied by the other 2 cats. They're just sitting there, hanging out, watching. They're not watching, to be fair. They are both lounging, but they're occupied. I went over to grab the chair that I usually get for Ash, and they both just looked at me, and I was like, oh, okay. Okay, I guess we're not going to grab that chair, and that's okay. Yeah, they're all sous, little sous chefs. Yeah, Ash is just hanging out. He's enjoying his hangout time here. Before I do this, I need to check how long the egg salad goes in for. And I'm literally going to look at the recipe that I have online for this, because I wrote this recipe and made it several times. 8 minutes, and then 5 minutes. Okay, so we do an 8-minute high pressure, and then 5-minute natural pressure release. Okay. Easy. And then the rest of it I'm not going to follow because I am not making it the same way that I'm making it in the recipe. So Oh, someone left a review on another recipe. This salad is super bright and satisfying. I was surprised at how much I liked it. Earthy lentils and juicy tomatoes play nicely together in texture, while the parsley really comes through with a welcome herby fresh flavor. It's a lot of parsley, but it works. That's really funny. It is a lot of parsley. That was for the lentil tomato salad we did on stream recently. Okay, we have two minutes, of course, 2 minutes left on the steaming corn. This is definitely steaming. Once that is, I can put these eggs in and like get the Instant Pot going though, because once the corn is finished, I'm gonna let it cool for like a few minutes in that pot. Okay, I'm gonna do a dozen plus eggs. Let's see. Let's use this carton first because I don't like this carton. I don't want this carton around anymore. So first thing first, we're going to spray the inside of a ramekin. Then we're going to put water in the Instant Pot, because if I forget to put water in here for steaming purposes, this process, not only does it not work, but it gets bad in a hurry. So things start to burn basically immediately. Okay, but we're going to crack all of these eggs into here, and then we're going to do another half dozen plus whatever is in here. I think there's 2 in here. So before I do that, let's take our clean cutting board and move that away to the side though. The cutting board that I intend to cut the corn on, but don't intend to have raw egg on. So we're going to crack all of these eggs into here. And it doesn't really matter if they are, if the yolk breaks or not. On some of them, it would matter a little bit if it broke on all of them. I would be a little bit annoyed. But what we're doing here is we're just kind of cooking all of this together, and then we're going to chop it up and mix it together for egg salad. So I don't need to really worry if the yolks crack, because they're just kind of getting incorporated no matter what. All right. Well, cats are up. Both cats. Gwen's home, and both the cats on the chair, as soon as they heard the first sign of Gwen's arrival, are like up and alert. Meanwhile, Ash is still just chilling. He'll probably get up when she comes into the room, but maybe not. Okay, corn is finished. I'm gonna finish cracking these last 2 from the dozen, and then we'll turn the corn off and just let that stay in the pot for a moment. Rinse my hands here. So this is all sort of part of the thing. I'm making the tea out of the cobs that we have in there. So I do want to get to that soon, because all of that, oh, there he goes. Like I said, Gwen's home. All of the components of the tiramisu need to cool before I can use them. So I can't, I need to do that sort of first. That's the more important part of the stream. So we'll do 6 eggs out of here, and that'll be 12, 13, 14. That'll be 20 eggs. And again, I'm making egg salad. This is like for dinner and then lunch tomorrow. So we're doing a lot. There's a lot of eggs going into here, but it is also a multi-purpose cold salad. Of course, enjoy your meal. Tomato soup with sausage sounds really good. I don't think I've ever added sausage to like a pureed tomato soup. Sounds like something I would like to do, though. The next time I make tomato soup, I'm probably going to remember that and be like, oh yeah, that was a good idea. Okay, so we got two cartons out of the fridge. Pause. Do I have more eggs in here? Let me yeah, I do. Okay, of course I do. I have two more dozen eggs in there. So why don't I just crack these last two, so that way I can just not have to put this carton back in the fridge, and that'll be okay too. One, and this is going to take a lot longer than the 8 minutes. I think I'm going to put this in for 10, because this is quite a bit of volume here. Gwen's here. No, these are eggs.
Corn hat?
Corn hat. Yeah, well, we're making corn today. We're doing a corn tiramisu. Ash, the chair is here because Ash was just sitting on it until moments ago.
In the basement looking at the babies now.
Did you notice that both Elsie and Obi are right here?
Elsie was just with me.
Oh, Obi was here.
Obi's here.
Yeah. The Elsie and Obi were here. I went to grab the chair.
Elsie and Ashley.
I was holding Ash, and I went to grab the chair, and they both just looked at me and were like, no, not this chair. So I grabbed that one instead. It was just funny. Okay, let's put this in the Instant Pot. So Ash has vacated and will probably not be around again for a little bit here. But we're going to lower this in. So this is a oven safe ramekin. And so if you want to see what this looks like in the actual Instant Pot itself, you can go ahead and take a look now. We're going to zoom in on that. So this just sits in the center, right? You kind of fill it with water, you put the trivet in there, you center this, and then you steam it just like that. Now I'm not seasoning this before I'm not putting any salt or any seasonings on here at all. We're going to season it when we make the egg salad. But this is just how it goes in. And you put the lid on it, and that is that. Like I said, let's steam this for about, I'm going to do this one for, let me say 10, 11 minutes. 8, 9, 10, 11. Hold on. I bet you if I looked at that recipe, I would have a amount, a per egg amount. I'm guessing. I might not. Let's see. What does this say? Trindrella, got your cookies delivered. Nice. I got this is interesting. I've never done this before, but I asked for a digital receipt from the post office this time. I usually get a physical one. And because I have the thing that tells you what mail you're getting, it added all of the package numbers to my tracking notifier, and I was getting notified when they got delivered, which was the other day, just yesterday, I was why, or Saturday, I was why do I have all of these mail, physical mail notifications in my thing? This says, okay, so this recipe says turn the heat to high and steam covered until the yolks are firm, 18 to 20 minutes. In the note at the top, it says 8 minutes. I'm going to go with longer. I'm going to go with 18. I'm going to go with the longer time because I'm cracking a lot of eggs in here. How much does this call for? This calls for 8 eggs. So someone must, when they tested this, they definitely changed the time in the written recipe itself. So let's go with 18 minutes of steaming time. Feels like a long time. But I also have, let's see, I had 12, 13, 14, 22 eggs in here. Patriarch, welcome in. I like the hat. Thank you. This is a corn hat. It has corn on it. And we're doing we're doing a corn tiramisu today. So this is the corn version. Fellow food and drink streamer, Pantry Elf. I forgot. I saw you recently. I saw you live recently. And I feel like I don't remember what it. I don't remember what it was. Pantry Elf is one of the folks who's been in the food and drink community for like I don't know when you started, but it was definitely before I did. And was one of the folks who I was like when I was becoming aware that people streamed in food and drink, was one of the folks that I was aware of in early on, which is super cool. I'm gonna go with 18 minutes because that feels like a long time to me. It feels like enough time to cook a chicken, but like probably enough time to cook the eggs too, right? Sorry, God, that was a really terrible dad joke. It wasn't even a dad joke. That wasn't a dad joke. That was a bad joke. Same number of syllables though. Anyway, let's cut the corn off of the cob. I told you the stream would be corny. It says so in the title. Don't say you weren't warned. Let me wash my hands though, because I was just dealing with some eggs, and I don't think I washed my hands immediately afterwards. So I did wipe them off with a towel, but I did not wash them. Which is fine. Anyway, fresh towel though. Fresh towel. We have our corn in the pot over here, so we're going to cut the kernels off of that and get started making the corn puree. This is on. It's on manual. I set it. It's gonna start to steam. Hopefully, it sits right in the thing and doesn't like blow the seal, because that happens and is always annoying when it happens. It's happened on stream several times. Okay, so this is a pot of corn. We're going to put the corn in this bowl. This bowl on the scale. So we have a zeroed out scale. See, this is why I wanted to keep my cutting board clean. Also, I just had raw eggs on the counter, so this reminds me also, I need more cleanup wipes, like the little wipes, because those are super convenient for this purpose. All right, Gwen is home. She is feeding the kittens. I hear little kitten voices downstairs. Teeny tiny tabby tones from downstairs. There was a lot of alliteration. I'm proud of that one. Corn. This is a pot of corn on the cob. It's hot. It's hot. Have any of y'all seen the Instagram or like the social media piece of social media content with the person who's like, you know, essentially talking to their kids about like, she's like, here, take this pot, and like holding it on the handles, and the kid like goes to grab it on the side, and the person's like, it's hot on the bottom, and the kid's like, okay, and like goes to grab it by the bottom, and the parent's like, it's hot on the bottom, and the kid's like, okay, and goes to grab it by the bottom, and the adult's like, it's motherfucking hot on the fucking bottom, and the kid's like, oh, okay, and like grabs it by the handle, and it's like such an indicator of like exactly what life is like with children. It's so on point for exactly what, like, for the exact amount that kids listen. I don't know. Okay, we're going to take the kernels off these cobs. I need 435 grams of kernels times 2. So that's 870. 870 grams.
You do math like a bitch.
I don't know if I like that sound. That one, it's a random sound for that. And that one's mean. That one's mean. I don't know. Okay, well, let's get it's so hot. The corn is so hot. Hold on. I can't hold this in my hand. It's like, okay, it's actually like really, really hot. So we can't do this. We need